This is the Sales Gravy Podcast. I'm Jeb Blount, best-selling author of Fanatical Prospecting and Sales EQ, and I'm here to help you open more doors, close bigger deals, and rock your commission check. Have you ever noticed how prospects and customers tend to hide information, throw up smoke screens, and keep you from getting below the surface? Well, in this episode, I'm going to give you a technique that will get them to tell you everything. But first, I have a question. Have you ever been on LinkedIn and you found a person that you want to call, but you don't have a phone number or an email? Or you found the name of a person inside of one of your prospects that you want to reach out to, but you don't have their contact information? Well, when I'm in those situations, I use Zoom Info. Zoom Info plugs right into our CRM, and whenever I need information, I just type in a name, and there it is. It gives me their name and their phone number, and I can make a call. And it really is that simple. My entire sales team at Sales Gravy uses Zoom Info, and they love it. And I know you'll love it too. And the good news about Zoom Info is they'll let you test it out for free. So go to zoom.salesgravy.com. That's zoom.salesgravy.com to give them a test drive, and you'll see exactly why it is a tool that I cannot live without. Harvard researchers Jason Mitchell and Dana Tamir recently discovered that humans get a neurochemical buzz from self-disclosure. In this fascinating study that was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, subjects were given the opportunity to talk or brag about themselves while their brain activity was being observed on high-powered 3D MRIs. As the subjects began talking about themselves, the area of the brain associated with pleasurable feelings and reward, like good food, sex, and cocaine, became activated. Each time the subject would self-disclose, this area of the brain would light up like a Christmas tree. The subjects were quite literally getting a shot of dopamine for revealing something about themselves and thus creating something called the self-disclosure loop. Each reveal of personal information, each brag, each opinion initiated another shot of dopamine, or what I like to call brain crack, and thus it perpetuated more self-disclosure. This is how conversations can quickly escalate from small talk to too much information. You've witnessed this dopamine loop at parties or family reunions, or even when talking to a stranger at a bar. The person tells you a little bit of information about themselves and you listen, then a little bit more and a little bit more, until suddenly they cross the TMI zone and you're left wondering why in the world they told you that. To the other person, the self-reveal felt great, even though they knew at the conscious level that they should not say the things that they told you. They just couldn't help it. It was the brain drugs talking. For sales professionals, understanding and leveraging this reward loop can prove a boon in discovery. Staying out of the way and allowing your stakeholder to talk creates a reward loop inside their brain that flips the buyer's script and causes them to spill the beans. This simple neurochemical reward system allows you to leave linear interrogative questioning behind. Instead of dozens of questions, you ask just a few questions and you still get a huge amount of information while building a stronger emotional connection with your stakeholder. Kurt Long, the CEO of Fair Warning, plays this game. He says that his goal is to see how much information he can extract with the fewest questions. There are 5 steps to activating the self-disclosure loop. Step 1 is to begin with an easy question that your stakeholder will enjoy answering. Step 2 is to reward them for talking with active listening and sincere interest. Step 3 is to avoid interrupting them or talking over them so that you don't interrupt the loop. Step 4 is to pause 3 to 5 seconds before speaking and allow them to fill in the silence, because if you start talking, you will break the loop. And step 5, once the loop is running and they begin to self-disclose, center your follow-up questions on those disclosures. And with that, you'll gain complete control of the conversation, and they'll tell you everything that you need to know to close the deal. For more information on using human influence frameworks like the self-disclosure loop to gain an unassailable competitive edge, go now and pick up my brand new book, Sales EQ. You can get it at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And if, like my team, you want the ease of gathering information about anyone, anytime to improve your prospecting outcomes, go check out Zoom Info. Just go to zoom.salesgravy.com. That's zoom.salesgravy.com.